Gautam Buddha had said that compared to a ferocious wild animal, more to be feared than a deceitful and evil friend, because the animal only harms your body. But an insidious and deceitful friend harms your intelligence. Only a bad friend can bring you to such a state where you feel that this world is very bad. What is the use of living here now? And that's what happens when you're betrayed. You are cheated. And only the person who blindly trusts the other gets cheated. We never trust anyone right away. Trust grows slowly. But after a time, this trust becomes so strong that we close our eyes, ears, and mind to that person. And then it is in such a situation that our most trusted person betrays us. The biggest betrayal, that we lose faith in the world. And we start to see everyone with suspicion. In reality, this world is running on deception. We keep on deceiving someone, somewhere or sometime in our life. And other people are also deceiving us. Cheating by others is understandable, but we have been deceiving ourselves for years. We convince ourselves of such things so that we don't have to face the truth, and we are lost in our own little world. Cheating or betrayal is like a two-edged sword. We feel that we are fooling the other person by deceiving him. But this deceitful sword cuts the neck of the person in front of us as much as it cuts our neck in the future. Friends will know through this Buddhist story of today that how do we protect ourselves from deception and betrayal. And at the end of the video, we will learn about 10 such signs which are found in a cheater and a liar. A young man in a very angry state was about to commit suicide by jumping off a hill. As soon as he reached the top of the hill, "Why is this world so bad?" he shouted. "Why is everyone so selfish here? There's no point in me living anymore." On the top of the same hill, a Buddhist monk was engrossed in his meditation. On hearing the loud, angry voice of that young man, he woke up from exercitation. He understood at once that this young man had come here to commit suicide. The man was about to jump from the hill when the Buddhist monk held his hand, pulled him back and said, "What happened? Is the road ahead over?" The young man said, "What way? There is no way here. I'm going to commit suicide by jumping from here." The Buddhist monk said, "Everyone has to die one day, but why are you in such a hurry?" The young man said, "That's because this world is not worth living. Everyone here is selfish and a cheater. Everyone I trusted betrayed me. My own brother cheated me. My friends cheated me. But today it's too much. My wife also cheated on me. She eloped with a rich businessman. After getting cheated so much, now I have no point in living in this world. No one can be trusted in a selfish world. That's why I'm going to commit suicide." The Buddhist monk said, "Are you not selfish? Can you be trusted?" The person said, "I have not cheated anyone till date. I didn't betray anyone. If you want, you can go to my village and ask. People often take advantage of me. But till date, I have not done bad to anyone." The Buddhist monk said, "I can't trust you. You have to prove it to me that you are not a selfish person." The person asked, "What do I have to do to prove it?" The monk said, "You have to stay with me in my ashram for the next 1 year. Then only I will know whether you are an honest person, or you are also selfish and deceitful like others." The man said, "Okay. I will stay with you in your ashram for 1 year and prove myself." The Buddhist monk brought the young man with him to his hermitage, and made him his disciple. The next morning, the Buddhist monk called the new disciple to him. "I don't trust you, but you still go and beg. Till then, I teach your other guru brothers." That young disciple bowed down to the guru and went to beg for alms. He had never begged before today. That's why he was having a lot of trouble in begging. Words were not coming out of his mouth for begging. His ego was holding him back. But there was an arrogance rising inside him, arrogance to prove the master wrong. He begged for it, and taking that alms, he returned to the master. By seeing alms in his hand, the teacher said that you are at least somewhat trustworthy. I thought you would not be able to beg, but you proved me wrong. Come with me to my cottage. I want to show you something there. The master took the disciple with him to his hut. There was a pot hanging above the hut. Master pointed to the pot and said, "Are you looking at that pot? It contains poison. And the poison is also such that if given to a person, then the person can die very easily, and no one will even know how he died." The young disciple said, "But master, why are you telling me all this?" The monk said, "I'm just warning you that never accidentally eat it." After a few days, the master was passing through a forest with his disciples. Then some wild robbers suddenly attacked them. All the disciples started running hither and thither to save their lives. But due to old age, Master was not able to run. This was experienced by that young disciple, and he displayed bravery and saved his master from the robber and brought him to the ashram. On reaching the ashram, the master praised the disciple a lot in front of everyone, and said that my new disciple is better than all of you, who saved my life by risking his life and brought me here safely. As of today, I believe in him. From that day onwards, every morning whenever the master met that disciple, he would tell him one thing: that I have full faith in you. Gradually, the master's trust in that disciple kept on increasing, and it increased so much that the master called the disciple to him one day and said, "I don't have any son, but you are like my son. I'm old now. That's why after my death, I want you to take the reins of this ashram in your hands." The disciple said, "Master, if this is your wish, then I will also take this responsibility for your happiness." Having said this, the disciple left. After a few days, the master fell ill, so he called all the disciples of the ashram and made this announcement that the young disciple will run this ashram after me. The days passed slowly, and the restlessness of that young disciple's mind began to grow. He wanted to take possession of the ashram as soon as possible. He went to the master every morning to see if there was any effect on his health. But the master's health was getting better day by day. Now the dam of his patience is breaking. His nights became sleepless. He was always thinking how to get the master out of the way, and no one even knows. Sometimes he thinks to push the master into the river, but the next moment he realized that master is a good swimmer. He will swim out. Sometimes he thinks that I will kill the teacher by strangulation. Everyone knows that I'm a master's confidant. That's why nobody doubt me. But then he thinks that if there is even a slight mistake, then things can get worse. I have to find some way so that even the master dies, and everyone feels that it was a natural death. And it was approved by God. One day that young disciple was sitting near the master in his cottage. Then his eyes fell on the pot hanging above. He remembered that the master had said that there is poison in it. And poison is also such that no one knows. He thought it would be right. I give this poison to the master, and no one will even know that how did he die, and then I will have control over the whole ashram. The next day, he secretly stole the poison from the master's hut, and mixed it in the master's food. Master had taken the dinner and went to sleep. But when morning came, the whole ashram was awake. But the master did not wake up. The disciples went to the master's hut and saw. So it came to know that the master has died. When that young disciple came to know about this, he became very happy inside, and began the task of taking control of the ashram. There was also an old disciple of the master in the same ashram. He was watching the whole incident silently. He went to his hut. He brought a medicine from there, and gave that medicine to the master. Master's consciousness returned in a short while, and he sat down perfectly fine. Seeing all this, the ground slipped under the feet of that young disciple. He was very nervous. The teacher sent the rest of the disciples on their respective tasks, and calling the young disciple to him and said, "Are you still worth believing? Don't you cheat on me? Aren't you selfish?" The disciple fell at the feet of the master and said, "I don't know how I committed this crime. I haven't cheated anyone before today. People are deceiving me, but don't know why and how I cheated on you today." Master said, "You could not cheat me, because I never trusted you. I never trust anybody. I only trust what I see with my eyes, and I could see the greed in you. And I had given you this greed on purpose, because there are only 3 reasons a person betrays someone. First, selfishness, second, greed, and third, envy." That young monks asked the master, "But in master, how can I keep myself free from selfishness, greed, and envy?" Master said, "Read yourself, know yourself, try to get inside yourself. There is great potential in human being. He can make himself anything. He could be anything. And when you've got to change, look inside yourself and try to know that why are you changing? Who is changing you? Is this change good or bad? Try your self-inspection. Hearing these words of the Master, the disciple again held his feet and said, Master, I want to be your disciple and want to know who I am. What am I? And why do I change? The Master said that there are many such people around us, and there have been many people who are examples of this, that they never cheated anyone due to their selfishness, greed and jealousy, never betrayed anyone. A person cheats only when he feels that no one is watching what he is doing, and in the future, no one will ever know that, and what he's doing is right. After being caught, he gives more logic to defend himself. That I could not do anything. This was the last way. I was forced. But this is the truth behind every betrayal that the person knowingly does for his own benefit. Master said, looking into the eyes of disciple. Remember, when we cheat someone, we hurt his inner consciousness. And he gets hurt so badly, he can't trust anyone. He started feeling very sad and lonely inside. That's why if you want no one to cheat you, so keep your eyes and ears and mind open. Trust people but don't trust too much, that they start taking advantage of you. Always be in control of your most important tasks, and never put the reins of your life in the hands of others. And keep checking yourself every now and then. The deception you want to avoid, are you doing the same kind of cheating with someone else? And if someone still cheats on you, don't be discouraged, because every deception teaches something to a person. After being cheated, a person becomes more alert and careful than before. So don't ruin your life just because of one cheat, and take it as a lesson and move forward. Master said, these are 10 signs of a deceitful person, of a cunning person who can deceive you, can take away your peace of mind, and by drowning in the deep ocean of despair, he can end your life. First sign, the person who will be a liar, will be a cheater. He will hide everything from you. You will know about him from other people. And when you ask, he will say that he forgot to tell. Even after spending a lot of time with him, you won't know much about him. That what does he think of you? What is going in his life? You'll always be confused about that because he will hide everything from you, because he's not a true man. A true man has no problems to tell about himself. He shares almost everything with you, but a cheater treads very carefully. So we should pay attention to these things, that the person with whom we are in a relationship, to whom we are going to entrust our lives, with whom we are about to make a deal of love and trust. Does he share his whole life with us, like an open book or not? Or does he hide things from us? If he hides, then that person is a big cheater. Second sign, the person who is a cheater, or who does not have true love with us, he never cares for us. No matter how much we care him, do anything for him, but he won't care one bit. And this will be seen, not once, but again and again, but we ignore it. This is our fault, because of our enchantment. We can't see the truth, even in front of our eyes. This is our fault. If we try to look a little more consciously, then we'll know he doesn't care about us. Third sign, the person who is a cheater is also a big liar. His own words don't match himself. His tongue keeps changing. He doesn't keep his words, but we get caught up in his lies. That's why we don't recognize him. Fourth sign, a deceitful person will flatter and praise us in front of us, but he will never praise us behind our back and won't respect us, even if we die for him. But he'll never praise us, and will never give us that much importance, as much as we give in our lives, because he's gonna betray us one day. So it is better that we be careful, before we are greatly deceived. Fifth sign, don't pay attention to what they say. Focus instead on what they do to you. It is very easy to talk to, but very difficult to do. And most people get stuck on these things. That's why no matter how much he talks to you, how many promises he can be made, but until he shows it by doing it, don't trust. Sixth sign. This is often seen in love relationships, that how a deceitful person takes the person who love him in such a way, the one in front of is always available to him. He's not going anywhere. It will remain here for him. He neither respects nor honors. And if they are begged for respect, they insult more. If you have to beg someone in a relationship to give me your time, talk to me. So there can be no worse relationship than this. The one who will truly love you will want himself, that he spent most of his time with you, whom you beg for time. Understand that there is no love for you in him. Seventh sign. He will have time for everything, but will never have time for you. He will give up nothing in his life for you, but will ever leave you. He will talk to you only when he wants to, not when you need them. They can replace you with someone else, but nothing will change for you. Neither their habits, nor their nature, and nor their comfort. Eighth sign. They will never be devoted and committed to you, that we are with you, no matter what. We will support you, no matter the time. They will only be with you on his terms. Whenever they are comfortable and feel good, they will be with you. And if it hurts them the slightest, they'll leave. Because they are never gonna come out of their comfort zone to do anything for you. Ninth sign. They will always hurt you, sometimes intentionally, and sometimes they don't even know that. How much he is hurting you, and your heart will continue to hurt. You will feel happy with the person who truly loves you. Being with him will make you feel like you are flying lightly in the air. And if you are in a relationship with a cheater and a wrong person, then everything will feel heavy and unwieldy. It seems like something is wrong. A voice will come from inside that this relationship is not right for you. And if you ignore it, even after hearing it, then it's your fault. 10th sign. You are nowhere in their life. You have no special place in their life. Whenever they want, they can easily cut you out of their life, and they won't mind. If you don't believe and want to know their truth, so disappear from their life for a few days. They won't mind. Rather than they will be happier. It's good that the problem is gone from our life. Now we're free, and we can do whatever we want. Friends, if you are also in a relationship with such a person, so come to your senses and come out of this as soon as possible. Believe me, after coming out of such a relationship, you will get peace, and love. And is there only one person in the world? If you leave one bad person, then 10 good people will come in your life, who will give respect and love to you. And as long as you're with a liar like this, you will not see other good people. But as soon as you leave such a deceitful person, good people will start coming in your life. One more thing nowadays, people with whom love is cheated in relationship. They say that there is nothing like love. Everything is a hoax. Everything's a lie nowadays. But it's not entirely true. The person who cheated on you didn't know the meaning of love. But even today, there are many such people in the world, those who know how to love, and also to maintain it. The people who got cheated were doing true love from their side. Love is a gift from God, and this world rests on love. If a wrong person didn't understand your love, so it doesn't mean that there is no love in this world. This world runs on love. This celebrity dancing world is only because of those who love. And finally, one more thing. Friends, if you get cheated by your family members, or have you misunderstood, so try to understand each other's words, let know each other and forgive each other. Because friends, you will find a lot of people, but you won't find people like your family anywhere else in the whole world. Yes, their point is different. Those who are a little outside your family, like your friend, a distant relative, or a neighbor. But it's wiser to forgive family members. Guys, thank you for joining me on this journey of embracing simplicity and finding the true essence of life. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more thought-provoking content. And please share to one person you love the most.